broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Why, good afternoon, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days, where we give you a full recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host. Let's start to my far left, the guy whose hair is longer than Stefano's death.
You used that one already.
But it sounded better this week.
Mark J Freeman here, and the hair.
And the hair.
Look for the hair.
And of course, we have our long-lost chocolate twin, who just decided on January 17th to return from Christmas vacation.
I'm James Lott Jr., and I'm back, you guys. I am black by popular demand.
You are black by popular demand.
That's right.
I don't know if being black is popular.
That part is true. But I'm wearing a special t-shirt today, and you can see a little bit. I'm going to post pictures of it. Guns don't kill people. Stefano kills people.
Actually, it should say
Hope kills
guns
people.
don't kill people, but Hope Brady does.
So I'll be posting online, so you'll see even better.
Yes. And make sure you guys follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you guys for helping us reach our goals on both Facebook and Instagram. We do have our winner of the headshots and calendar, and we will announce that later. And you Instagram folks get a special prize that has been unlocked, and I will announce the prize later on, so make sure you tune in to that later.
It was unlocked. I love it.
And then Mark?
Yes, I was going to tell you guys to make sure. I just did it. The other day, I completely forgot that AfterBuzz had an app, so I downloaded the app. So make sure you guys download our app on AfterBuzz TV, and also make sure that you go to iTunes and rate us 5 stars and write a little review. I was going through today and reading some. I'll read them later. Yeah. Some of them were really fun. Really nice comments and stuff about me and James. And
I don't understand if they're nice. Then why are you doing it?
I am the nice one. I'm really starting to get the reputation to be the bad guy.
I know you are.
I don't know why.
Because you are.
Because I'm like the nicest human being on the planet.
Even I got to drink on that one too. I'll say for Tony, you tried it.
I really am, and my hair is extra high today. I know I saw it on the feed. I can see it here now too, and it's pretty big. I just texted my hair guy and said, "When are you back in town?"
Okay. And the app actually, back to the app for a second, it is easy to navigate.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
It's easy to
navigate. They're just all in alphabetical order. You just tap on them, and you can pick your thing. It's really easy to navigate.
Yeah.
So.
It works for Android.
I don't have it.
You don't have it.
I thought it was really cute.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
Yeah,
so
I was happy.
Yeah. And already, shout out, we have 184 people.
Oh my gosh!
So hopefully we get to, you know what, to let fans who are watching live.
Okay.
Let's get some more people in there and get to 200.
Yes.
That's our goal.
Yes.
That's our goal, 200 today.
There's at least 200 today.
I tweeted out the link and said, retweet it, let's break our 200. So hopefully everybody is doing that. 187, we're getting up there.
So
if we get 200 and we're not seeing it, guys, write it in the chat room so I can...
And thank you, everybody, for all of your nice words while I was gone, because I was gone for like a long time, it seems like, when I was across the country.
Well, yeah, because, normal people take Christmas vacation, during, the weeks of Christmas.
It wasn't a vacation.
And
he was working, too.
I was working. My other life.
James Lott Jr. was on vacation. Don't let him fool y'all. Nobody travels and all that just for work. Okay, he got some vacation time in. He was in Miami.
I was in Miami.
He was in Pittsburgh. He was in Washington. He flew over to Ethiopia. He was doing all kinds of stuff. And so you can't act like you was just not on vacation.
Parts of it were some vacation, but I did do some work on the beach in Miami, so I can't really complain.
Well, you shot your
my video. I shot my video. Am I so wrong? It was so wrong. Yes, I did shoot my video from Miami Beach, so I can't really complain. So Tony's right on that one.
And speaking of all these different places, everyone was writing in the chat room today where they're watching from. We have a very wide range. We have somebody in Holland watching.
Hello.
And down under in Australia.
That's probably Robin.
Milwaukee, North Carolina, Toronto, Canada. I'm sure that's Sarah.
Or Ashley. No, Ashley's from Montreal. Something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, sure.
But that's Canada, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's Canada. You said Toronto. You didn't say
Toronto.
You said Toronto.
Oh, I did say
You were
Toronto.
specific.
Okay.
He was going to try to act like I don't know my geography.
He did. He tried me too.
Completely tried it.
I don't know why they think I'm the bad guy. Central Georgia, Pennington, small town Pennington, they said, Mississippi, Florida, Arizona, Minnesota, South Carolina, Syracuse, Warner Robins, Georgia. Rhode Island,
Rhode Island.
Wyoming, and Chicago, just to name a few.
Very
Shout
good,
out
guys.
to all of you guys.
Everybody from all over. We love it.
We're so happy, you guys.
Which means...
Oh, someone just put Cape Town, South Africa.
Is that Robin
nice.
Tate?
Miami,
Robin
Florida.
Tate. Hi, Robin. I know you.
So now I'm assuming this means that now when you or I travel, because Tony doesn't, we we have free couches to stay on.
Okay, people, please. And some food too, and drink. Food and
Let the record show that I travel, okay?
Actually, he did. He actually did this time too. He did.
Thank you. Tried it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado,
Adieu.
it's
hot
now
in here.
I'm sorry that I brought the heat in here. Okay, can't
It is
help it
hot.
that I'm cute.
I don't know can we? If someone out there is listening, can they
Turn on the.
Is that out there or is it in here?
It's
We
I
talk
don't
to,
know.
talk to, he's in
do
here.
that?
You talk to
I don't know.
Mark.
They
Mark
heard
Donica.
us.
Okay.
Yeah, feel free to turn on the air for us.
Yeah,
if you
that
like.
would be
because chocolate melts.
It sure does. That's right.
So does white chocolate.
Well, yeah, I guess it does.
But we got to have it in here. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to start Dishing Days.
This is so long. Oh my god.
Yay. Yes, I had to do it while you were gone.
I know, poor thing.
Wow.
Made him work.
Wow. Oh my god, someone put in here Popular Bluff, and I was like, that is not real, is it? That's not real. That's not a
Popular
real
Bluff.
place.
Jasmine, is that real?
Come on.
Jasmine?
Jasmine does not live in Popular Bluff.
That's hysterical.
That is
That
hysterical,
would be
actually.
hilarious.
That's like you live in St. Olaf or something. Come on.
Oh my God.
Here's something coming on.
Oh, thank
there we
you.
go.
I just heard
Thank
the air
you.
kick on. Thank you so much.
All right, so
Okay. So let's set this. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Like, what do I do? It's been so long. I titled this little segment, Stefano is dead. Emphasis on the is.
Yeah.
The Rafe cover up, and Andre suspicious. So basically, they replayed.
I love that you gave your own suspense music. As Mark and I sat here like,
Okay. That's why I got a voice. I'm back, everybody. I'm back. Okay, so the deal is they replayed the Hope thing again, killing Stefano.
Right.
At the beginning. And they did that. And this proceeded to do a cover up. And what's funny is they played it off where Hope was like, did I do this? What did I do? I remember coming in, but so what are they doing with that? I mean, is she going to have some does she have a temporary blackout because she was
Well,
angry?
I do think it's a thing. I do think that being so caught up in the moment and stuff,
Yeah.
you do things that sometimes are, not
you're not aware
right of mind. So I think I'm kind of on the fence with the whole thing, but I'm kind of liking the cover up because I like we've said for years and years and years about the Salem PD, our opinions of that.
Yes.
That they're just all, you know what I mean? It's like good is boring, which I think Stefano made very clear on his final speech.
I like that he laughed when she saw him the first time.
Yeah, I just think I like it because it's like, okay, good. Like they killed somebody that should have been killed years ago. You know what I mean? Like I kind of like the idea of it. I liked them sit like her and Rafe like, okay, this is what we're gonna say. I think hiding the body in a building that's gonna be constructed is really ridiculous.
They do stuff on top of him and say, okay,
it's like bury it.
Yes, I know.
Put cement blocks on it. Throw it in there's a lake you talk about every summer that you never use at this time of year.
Well, listen, that would have been way too far for them to have to drag that body all the way over there. That would have been a lot.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know that building that was going to be demolished is next to the DeMera mansion?
Well, no.
They still had to take the body somewhere.
I mean, listen, that was a little less ways to travel.
They went through tunnels. That was the whole thing. They had to go through the tunnels. Them tunnels are crazy. So everybody's wondering, what do I think?
What does James Lott Jr. think?
What do
James
I
Lott
think?
Jr., what do you think?
we need you recording that. James Lott Jr., what do you think? No.
Y'all want me to do a lot of voiceovers.
We do, because it's so funny. So basically, folks, the character of Hope and Stefano, I mean, he's been involved in her life almost her entire stay in Salem, just about. I mean, he's been there from the very beginning, and the Brady family, of course, and the Hortons and all that. But I always felt like Hope and Stefano had some understanding. There was a storyline years ago, if you guys remember, they were locked in a Tourette together. It was during the whole Princess Gina time and everything. They were locked together, and she actually saved his life.
Stefano's life?
Yes. And
isn't that ironic?
Isn't that funny? So since then, even though they hated each other, there was still, I always felt like there was some kind of, like, he'd go after everybody else, of course, but he kind of respected her a little bit because she was kind of this little feisty, even though in the speech he said she wasn't. But she was kind of feisty and everything. So I was shocked that he taunted her the way he did. I thought it was maybe a little out of character, but it's Stefano.
I didn't find that out of character at all.
A little bit.
But for me, I was like, you might want to shut up. You can't really do much, and ain't nobody here.
No.
Yeah. But if you think about it, though,
I think he wanted it to happen.
Well, that too.
Yeah,
but
too.
I think if this was 10 years, I think he would have said the exact same thing 10 years ago. Before we knew that he was probably going to be leaving the show.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like because we knew he was leaving, we're kind of like, oh,
they needed an exit.
They needed
speech.
him to do this. But I don't think he said anything that he wouldn't have said 10 years ago. Like, he always talks to them like that.
Well, it's funny, but the thing is, with Hope, I would say Hope, John Black, and Marlena, he has such a long, rich, complicated history with them.
We're at 206, gentlemen.
206!
Yay! We did it! We did it! We did
Yay! Mine says 200, but I'll go with 206.
Yes, I go with 206.
Very good, guys.
206 sounds better.
If I seem a little distracted, it's because I'm trying to now find this photo that I said that I was going to talk about that involved Lisa Rinna. So go ahead.
I can still talk about Hope thing really quick while you're doing that.
Yeah.
So basically, I thought, okay, now, actually, so John Black and Marlena, I felt like they should have been part of this storyline.
See, I was just gonna say, I wrote down, that's when you were talking, I was writing down.
Oh, okay.
I was like, if she kills him and they cover it up, you can't really have a conversation about Ding Dong the Witch is dead.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm missing.
Yes, and so I felt like they should have been part of the storyline, if not the ones who've killed him also. But, but here's the thing. I think that Hope is justified.
And I think if she told Roman.
Yes, a Roman. Another one, because Roman, John, because he literally affected Roman and John Black's life, like literally affected their lives.
Yeah. See, I always, for some reason in my head though, I know that he messed with Hope a lot.
Yes.
But in my head, I just always think of John and Marlena.
Yes,
because of his obsession with Marlena, with John and switching out Romans and stuff like that. Just because those were such, not that Princess Gina and all that stuff wasn't, real too.
Because he was in love with Marlena on some level. Yeah. That was always his thing.
I think he always was.
Yeah. He was in love with Marlena. He was obsessed.
Well, that too. For him was love.
The queen of the land.
Don't you hate when you're obsessed with people?
Yeah. Oh, I can't talk either. I mean, Hope. Me, Hope, and you, Billy Flynn. So I can't even give you a side eye.
What? I'm talking about my husband. I'm so obsessed with him.
Yeah. But anyway, so to answer the big question everybody's been asking me, I'm not upset that Hope shot and killed him. Sorry, you guys. You guys are gonna hate me, but I feel like, number one, it gives my girl some storyline. I love the fact she's front burner, so that makes me happy. But number two, there is some justification in there. I think Stefano did so many horrible things to her and her family that she just lost two men she loved. She is out of character on some level, and people come to a breaking point. It does happen. You watch that show Snapped on ID channel, it does happen. Mm-hmm. They're in love for 25 years, all of a sudden he does, and then that's it. I mean, it does happen, and I think she isn't acting super rationally, but I think in the case of Stefano DiMera, he deserved everything that he got, and that's actually my opinion about that one.
I also wanted to mention for a hot second, can we talk about if this...
I love that you laugh before you mention
stuff. When Rafe comes over to Hope's house and he walks in and she hugs him, but then when he walked in and she was still hugging him, he's like walking and she's still hanging out. And I'm like, what is is that? It just looked so weird to me. Am I the only one that noticed that?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
I just thought it was odd. Go back and watch. I think it was on Thursday's episode. I was just like, she literally was just like clinging to him. It was hysterical. And I wrote it down. I do have a prediction regarding this storyline at the end of the show.
Yeah, but so anyway,
Stick around.
So basically, it's like, so now they're trying to cover it up, which is it's very interesting. And Andre, of course, he should be suspicious. Like he's like, wait a minute. And then Chad found that
the blood on, which I don't understand how the blood got on a little trinket across the room.
Me either.
Like that doesn't.
me
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I feel like he should have found it.
On the other side.
Like I feel like he should have found it next to the like on the floor next to the chessboard or something. Like they maybe just didn't see it because it was on the floor in the corner or something.
Yeah.
But I like that idea that like I would have liked it like if they were like, let's call John and Marlena or something. You know what I mean? Like and have them come in and like, could you imagine that's like John, Marlena, Hope, and Rafe like doing a cover up?
Yes,
like these amazing, these.
Big
and I
time,
love that they keep saying too. Like that Rafe keeps saying to her, I'm like, yeah, with your, they're going to believe you.
And
you're squeaky clean. They're never going to believe that you did it. And it's true. It's so true. I do think it's believable.
Well, because even when Andre became like very suspicious and trying to like look around, and Chad is bopping around like I could care.
He was like,
I don't care. I'm here to get the last little bit of my stuff, and I'm gone.
Yeah.
But even Chad was like, Hope, you think he's dead? Hope wouldn't do something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So it actually makes it a very interesting story.
Yeah.
Because no one would believe she did it.
And I liked how they actually also with the Dr. Malcolm, like she's like, okay, well, we can't blame it on him, so now we got to find a way to cover. So I'm gonna have to. I really liked the whole.
I did too.
The cover up thing. So I guess I'm not on the fence. I guess I am.
You're on the fence. You're over
liking.
So the ending of the week, of course, is her turning herself in for the Dr. Malcolm killing.
Yeah.
So, but even they're all kind of like, what? I mean, so we'll see how that kind of plays out. But I liked when Stefano laughed when she shot him the first time.
Yeah.
It was like he was proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you really did this.
Yeah.
Oh, you really did this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
Sayonara.
Peace out.
Peace out, dog.
Yeah.
So that's basically what that was, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, are we done with that storyline?
I think there's anything else that was in there.
That's why I was just looking at my notes, just seeing if there's anything that I.
Because basically that was the whole week. It was them covering. There was them dragging the body
covering
around.
up.
Did you recognize the set? Was that a set? Was that a set or was that
where they took the body?
Kinda. I felt like it was kind of familiar.
I thought it was bleachers at first. It was not bleachers, but I don't know what it was.
I do. I have to say, I love the new sets and everything. The way everything looks.
I do too.
I did want to point this out.
Yes.
So as they're hiding the body, and they're trying to get away, Hope decides she wants to do this long dramatic speech.
Right, she did do that.
And when they cut to Rafe kind of looked like, we got to go.
Yeah, he did.
Like, we don't have time for this.
Yeah.
We got to go. You should have got this out on the walk over here. and then I was like, for someone who's trying to like cover up things, you're saying Stefano, and I'm just like, shh. You need to be quiet.
Yeah, she did. I think he did have that look on his face.
Yes.
Like, come on, baby.
We gotta go.
I have to read this for James Lott Jr. because he's not going to like it. But Kendra says, "Hope is still boring to me. Would be better than my Queen Marlena."
Kendra John, I still love you. It's fine.
And Willa wrote, "I have to read this." She wrote, "Stefano died laughing."
Yeah, he did. So basically, he did die laughing.
Well, at least he died doing something.
Literally.
Well, I will say this though: he died not only laughing, but standing.
Oh, yeah,
That's true.
He did.
That's true. And he fell back in
He
the
took
chair.
that last little rise up. He was like, the phoenix is rising.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna sit that.
I thought the gunshot looked pretty real and everything like that too.
Yeah.
So
they put in a lot of time with that. Like the whole it looked gross. It was like.
Rafe's kick at the end was hilarious.
Yeah, he kicked the
because at the end, Hope does all this stuff and walks away, and it's you always have that sidekick that's like, and what they said. Yes. But instead of him saying anything, Rafe was just like,
yeah,
he ruined his life too.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier.
Oh, yeah, we were.
We'll talk about it again later. Well, we'll talk about it in a second.
Somebody mentioned it. People are mentioning it, actually. People are mentioning it. Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, when that little kick was just like, because you ruined my life too.
Yeah.
You MFer. Yeah,
and it's so weird how, like, all the little things that Andre picked up on too, like the chess piece and, following up on everything.
Here's the one thing, though, that I question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, I hate how the text messages. Like, I feel like their world of text messaging is so different from the real world.
They do it on all soaps.
Like, just with the numbers, like, things come up numbers. I'm like, well, you don't. That's not.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
It's weird. But when the chartering of the plane.
Right.
Yes.
That, to me, is just really weird. Like, I do like, though, that when Andre called and they wouldn't tell him, because I was thinking that. I was like, well, they're not going to tell you. I don't think they're allowed to tell you if somebody's on a plane.
Right.
Well, I think can they tell you if they're on a plane? I don't know if they can tell you if they're on. No, I don't think they can. I think they can say they've purchased a ticket, but I don't think they can tell you if they're actually on the plane, if they're physically on the plane or not. I don't know. I kind of like that because that seemed a little real to me. But I just don't. I don't know. I feel like there was a better. I don't know. There might have been a better way to go, like, especially because they even talked about the fact that he has a plane. I don't know. I just feel like there's a way they could have just gotten around that.
That didn't bother me so much, but I like the fact that he was like, he's suspicious. He should be suspicious. That's the whole point. He should be,
and he's the only one that cares. And it's so weird though to see the fall of the DiMeras. Like, they've been
weird,
such
yes.
a pivotal family for so long, and it's like you would have never thought in 50 years that that we would see like kind of the end of the DiMeras.
That's true, but I think what would be fun is to watch them come back up. And people are in the chat room and online are asking if any of the old DiMera children would come back besides Andre. Because my brother and I had talked about this actually. Shout out to JR. And we talked about it would be fun if, which we were going to have next week, of course, Felice, who played Renee DiMera, and my buddy Miranda, who's in London, who played Megan Hathaway DiMera. If they came back,
but isn't Renee dead?
They're both dead. Doesn't matter. This is DiMera.
They're going to come back with Jack.
But the thing is, the point we were talking about was, would it be cool if a older female DiMera ran things? It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Be a new age thing.
Well, I think it's, I think you always need to mix things up a little bit.
You know what I mean? It's like, see, other shows they had their Alexis Carrington on Dynasty or Amanda on Melrose Place. I mean, like, having a woman come on, or Alexandria on Guiding Light, a woman come on, they'd be like a strong female DiMera. That wasn't like, because Kristen was kind of crazy. So it was kind of like,
kinda?
Yeah. But like an older one that can actually come on and like really, and her and Andre do it together maybe.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So I think that would be really interesting. But, anything can happen. I mean, people are writing today's right now trying to get them on there, so anything can happen.
May I have a piece of taffy candy?
Mark, have a piece of taffy candy.
Do I have taffy candy?
Laffy Taffy?
Is that a hair joke?
Laffy Taffy. Laffy Taffy. That's a song.
Mark, it looks like the front of your card in front of your laptop.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Oh, this is, by the way, from Susie Morales Smidley.
Susie, thank you.
I just wanted, she
Thank you,
probably
Susie.
knows
Susie,
that,
yes.
that was there. And
Sarah Miller, thank you for our card.
And Sarah Miller. Where's Sarah's card? Did we?
It was glittering everywhere, so I put it. It's over
It
there.
was too glittery, I guess,
was
for
it
us,
just
Sarah
one?
Miller.
Just one. For all of
Okay,
us.
for all
One
of
for all of
I
us,
didn't see
yes.
it, but I
Yes,
want
Yes,
to
you
see
want
it.
to show it to you, yeah. But thank you guys. That was really sweet.
Yes, thank you.
We were all out of town, so.
Okay, well, let me go on this and change that because we've just done that. Yep, and thank you for the card. Got it. All right. So that's that storyline. Okay, so now we move on to the aftermath of the car accident. Bravo to Nicole.
Oh, Ari Zucker.
Yeah.
She is like.
Oh, my.
Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, she is like.
You like Ari Zucker.
She's so going through it, and we so understand, and like the whole like this jacket that she keeps like spelling and wearing, and
The Thai food menu. She was on the Thai food.
she was
Oh,
like
she had it out
wanted to
with
throw
those
it away.
menus. I was like, girl.
She was like, and she's going, and I feel like Chloe's just kind of looking at her like, you poor thing.
Yeah, she is a good
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's doing a great job. But also, the fact that she went this week, everyone confronted Eric.
Can we talk about something really quick?
Yes.
Since you brought that up.
Everyone confronting Eric.
Yes. Okay. Did Brady not just have open heart surgery, a heart replacement a day and a half ago?
Yes.
And he's walking around the hospital? Come on.
Yeah, as a former nurse, that is basically impossible.
on.
Listen, let me tell y'all something. When you got money, okay,
You stand up.
You can.
It makes you rise.
It makes you rise up. I mean, he got that.
I literally was
special
like,
treatment.
are you I mean, and the thing is not only that, but before that, they had a scene about his physical therapy, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not ready. I don't think I can even stand up."
Yeah, so
and then 2 scenes later, he's in the other
like,
room. I'm like, "Wait, no."
He's standing there going, bad dream.
Yeah,
He was like,
bad dream. Yeah. I wrote that down. I wrote down
me too.
bad
I was like,
dream.
bad dream.
Pause for 1 second on this storyline. I had this thought when I was watching it. Back to Stefano really quick. So remember how Hope was like, she figured out that Stefano was the one that tortured Bo and everything like that. Did you guys ever think about this? That Stefano was seeing or knew of his decline in health and wanted to get the serum for himself?
Ooh.
Oh, that's an
Maybe.
idea.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he wanted to have the visions so he could have a tarot card business.
Well, I'm sure
back.
he didn't know about the visions, but
That's my prediction. Oh wait, I need to say that for later.
it's like the only thing that would explain why he kidnapped Bo and wanted and tortured him for about the serum.
Yeah, possibly.
And then it could further connect the dot that's why he brought in Aiden to fall in love with Hope in hopes of maybe finding out some sort of information, maybe. It's a little bit of a stretch. It's kind of like when Victor blamed Teresa for the killing of Daniel.
I don't like
Stretching.
Yeah, that was a stretch.
Yes,
that was
stretch.
like, oh, let's see how far we can stretch this.
Yeah.
But no, I just want to go back to just both actors, Ari Zucker and Greg Vaughn.
We talked about this.
Oh my God, their acting was. I mean, Greg
Vaughn. I literally was like, what?
Because I've watched him on General Hospital, I've watched him on Young and Restless. I mean, but he had a chance to really shine.
Well, and I think we've talked about this stuff before, like Brian Datillo.
Oh yeah,
it's like finally you give them, you see what they can do.
Yeah.
Why don't they have more stuff to do?
True.
I don't get it.
They deliver.
And then you bring Melanie back.
You know, everybody, you were waiting for that. You know, everybody, you were waiting for that.
You see how I did that? Toss that up.
Listen,
Take it
They
down.
had to bring Melanie back. Wouldn't have made any sense.
Okay, if they didn't bring
Chelsea back. I get
Chelsea
it.
back.
That's
Maybe
true.
she wasn't available.
You know Rachel was real. No,
I don't.
I'm just saying.
But
I'm just saying. It's
no,
like
I agree with you. They deliver. Like when they give it to them, they're actors. They could do it. But like Ari Zucker especially. I mean, I just both of them just were amazing this week. When Ari Zucker had a little breakdown with Maggie.
She had several breakdowns.
And the yelling at Marlena.
First of all, because she went into Eric's room and was like, "You killed my Daniel."
Yeah.
Like she was like, I don't care if you are hooked up to every machine in this building. I wanted to let you know you killed my Daniel. I told you to take a cab. I told you.
I did like that, and I did like that they at least set it up so that they could have that moment. That
but
was
your girl
smart.
Marlena came in and was like,
Marlena was like, she was like, no, we're not having this.
No, and trying to grab, and Nicole was like, no, you touch me. He's like,
and she stormed out.
I know.
I was like, ooh,
I know.
Okay.
But Marlena, your girl, of course, talked her down. I was just talking to her plainly, and it was a great scene too. Because whenever Deidre Hall and Ari Zucker together, I just love it. I mean, when they get together, it's kind of funny because they're so polar opposite on the scale of these actresses on the show. But anyway, but for me, it said the breakdown with Maggie and Melanie. Because she's kind of snapped at Maggie and was like, I don't want to have a thing with, we're talking about, plants and food. And I mean, it's like, it was such a realistic kind of thing. And she's like, I can't deal with that part right now.
Yeah.
We're going to go talk to the caterer this week.
And now I'm talking about what satin or whatever to put inside of a coffin. She's like, I can't deal with this right now. And it's like, I feel like everyone's trying to be strong, and even Maggie had her breakdown. She was just like, oh my God, Melanie, I just can't,
Even Kayla had her breakdown. Rowan finally said, okay, how are you feeling? Because I forgot, I'm all, no, but it was like, because they were friends. When they kept showing Kayla they were friends. Yeah. And it's like, you had a difficult thing going on. How you feel? And then she finally broke down.
Yeah.
It was like, it affected everybody.
It really did.
I was saying, for me, I thought it was really brave of these actresses, because I'm like, when Eve had her breakdown, I didn't see makeup on.
Yeah.
Jennifer looks like she has no makeup on these days.
Yeah.
And Ari Zucker saying that Nicole, she was like, when she was tossing her hair and just like.
You know what I love also was when Maggie was trying to put together that reception, and Nicole was just like, oh, so what? We can see all the people, all the lives that he saved, and everyone can, there was a moment of like Maggie and Melanie, I feel like looked at her like. And then it was like, okay, she's grieving. Like let it go. Like they were about to say something else, and they were like, be like Elsa, let it go, let it go. She's grieving right now. But I understood that too, because I mean, it's a lot to handle at this moment. You know what I mean? Like to go from wedding plans to now I'm burying you.
Yeah.
And just what she's going through, and then to see those moments where she's trying to be strong for Parker, and now Parker is going through his thing about it, and what
line I really touched me was when, and you know my thoughts on Dr. Dan, but when Nicole said to Parker when he was in the box, he said, you know, do you think that if your dad was in this situation, he would just crawl into a box? And I was like, oh my God, that was such a sweet line. Like, just with the visual of him actually in a box. And I just was like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. That's it's not my quote of the week.
The line that got me, because I'll do quote of the week, the line that got me, and I kind of chuckled, but it was like, because I liked Brady and Eric's, I mean, minus he got up and walked on water to go over there. I like that he basically, as a nurse, let me suspend disbelief. I like their honest talk, and it was kind of like being brothers, kind of talking. But when he walked in, he goes, and for God's sake, don't ever drink again.
Yeah.
And he walked out. I started laughing. I was like, that's kind of like, that's
kind of funny.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
That was right there with Bad Dream.
Bad Dream. Bad Dream.
And it's weird that he's also. Oh, remember last week I was like, oh, you weren't here, James Lott Jr. You're still on Christmas vacation.
I was.
But last week I was saying, you know, I kind of wanted to see like their faces and their reaction during the car crash and everything like that, instead of them kind of starting and then it cut to everyone's coming into the hospital. But we're now starting to see that a little bit with everyone kind of going back and
having dreams about
what happened. Yeah. So, and you know, when Eric was going through, and you know, you see him like, you know, just living life and like trying to blow hair and all that, and then it cut to Jen, and she was just like, you know, her face was just like, it was,
Well, Days of Our Lives is trying to do some different things. I'm seeing they're trying to, like, you know, we started with the whole, I hate to say it's the Ben storyline. We're trying to do different angles, different shot shooting.
But also they don't give everything right away, because remember, we never saw the actual strangling.
No, we didn't.
And then we started seeing them later, and it was just and then it kind of added to like, oh my God, like that's Ooh.
I agree. And so they're trying new things. Which, there's nothing wrong with that at all, I guess. But I would say Greg Vaughn's last scene, where he basically is just wailing, because he just the weight of what he has done finally is hitting him. And for me, it hit me. It was like, this good guy Eric Brady.
Yeah.
His life, I mean, more so than Sammy, his life has really killed somebody.
Yeah. Oh, and now all of a sudden everyone's concerned about Eric and his drinking and what he did and everything like that, when he's been drinking for months and no one picked up on the fact that he wasn't having a really good end of the 2015.
Right.
Now, here's the thing that has gone on. Sammy needs to come back or something for at least for a minute. That's her twin. Something she has to come back out for a second.
Well, at least call or something.
No,
so I have to.
Sammy's not trying to give a signal as to where she is.
She can't, because she's got stolen money.
She has $500 million. She has the Honey Baked Ham Mysteries or whatever on that.
No, she has the Brownie Murder Mysteries.
Whatever they're called. The Peach Cobbler Mysteries or whatever.
The Mocha Lava Cake Mysteries.
I just want to read this because I was talking about the Ari Zucker's comment to Parker about being
the Strawberry Cheesecake Mystery.
Strawberry Cheesecake Mystery. That I thought it was a sweet line. And Patty Susie QP Pfeffer, I think I'm saying
it's
that right.
It's QP, we know her.
Says, Mark, if Melanie had said that, you wouldn't have thought it was sweet. Just saying. Well, here's the thing. If Melanie had said it, I would have been in the kitchen picking out my pizza rolls. So I wouldn't have even heard it.
And she never allowed lines either.
I can't say that.
She never allowed lines.
No, she did not. And thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yes, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
And part of that storyline, of course, is the whole Victor going off on Teresa and telling Brady to come back home come back home.
Right.
With me, and we'll take care of it. And Teresa was like, "First of all, what are you doing in my house?" That's what else he was there. He's like, "What are you doing in here?"
This is what I want to say to Victor.
Yes.
Get over it.
Yeah, he's totally
whatever beef you have with Teresa, get over it, because like she actually came over and she wasn't making it about her. She was just like, Maggie, you know, I'm really sorry for your loss, and she was coming from a mother.
She really did.
To another mother.
Yeah, I agree.
And she even said, like, if I lost Tate, like I wouldn't know what to do, so I feel bad for you. So
agree.
my heart goes out to you. And then here comes Victor and his little evil ass. And and he's like, oh, I'm sure she's making it all about her. No, you actually just made it about her.
Yeah.
You're the one that is all like, now he did have a point, like he didn't have to go back to that lunch party to go get that gift. You could have texted somebody and said, hey, pick up the gift for me and stuff like that.
That's true.
But the fact that he said all that to her, I was like, really? And then now this whole thing of like, I'm gonna build a rehabilitation center in the mansion. You're gonna come over and get rehabilitated there. It's like,
He seems okay. He's running around the hospital.
oh, and can I point this out?
Hey, please.
No.
Finn, you have not been in Salem long enough to ask anybody for any money.
Who do you ask for money?
Victor.
Oh, I missed that.
For the children's wing or the children's thing or whatever, and Victor
Totally
was
missed
like,
that.
because you was getting pizza rolls.
I probably
and,
was.
and it's all right. There's some things I missed too. So it's fine. So
I like the wink.
I know. I was like,
and then Victor was like, I'll totally write you a check for it. It just needs to go in Daniel's name. And I'm like, okay, so of course that's how they're gonna get the Daniel Jonas Center for Youth.
Yeah, something.
Pediatrics
or something.
Pediatrics in the nursing homes of the children.
Yeah.
Clinic.
Yeah, I didn't. I missed all.
Yes, you did.
But I did like that Teresa kind of stood up to Victor and
she did?
kicked him out and stuff like that.
She's like, time to go.
I was happy with
I don't have
that.
time for that.
She's like, this is my house that I have decorated.
Thank you. And she did
And
right.
now we need to touch on in the storyline.
The dream.
Girl.
Oh my
What
God.
dream?
With Eric, all of a sudden it's Nicole. In the white lights.
You miss that?
No, I saw it.
I was like, what is that for Brady?
I mean, I love me some Ari.
Yes.
But I was like, girl, what is I was like, what is that?
80s, so like, what? I'm like, what was that?
I was like, I'm sure I was saying this to you on the way here. I'm sure Ari Zucker and Eric Martzoff have had a love scene that could have been played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, just play a flashback of them kissing or something. You know what I mean? Like, he's remembering now.
But even he woke up kind of like,
He did. His look was like, it was kind of crazy. Kendra John, you just redeemed yourself, because I do agree. Finn basically is going to be Daniel 2.0, I think. He's bugging me.
Oh, yeah.
He's bugging me already.
Finn,
Finn Thompson, by the way, they mentioned his last name. Had they mentioned his last name before?
I don't know.
Or did I just catch it for the first time?
There was one point in time where I forgot his name and I kept writing the new doctor in my notes.
Yeah. I always want to write Flynn. For obvious reasons.
You know what?
Oh, we're at 2:12.
Every time you mention Billy, I'm just gonna do my face.
We're gonna do
straight
shots.
in the camera.
I think we should do shots.
Thank you, whoever did that meme was really funny.
Can we do, for the anniversary show, every time I mention William Michael Flynn, we have to do shots?
I'll do it. It won't be cute after a while on the show, but I'll do it.
How about I'll do shots for every time you don't mention William Michael Flynn?
I don't like
We'll be
that
sober.
game.
We'll be sober.
Yeah, I don't want to like that.
Yeah, I'm sober. We're gonna try to get him in here, aren't we, for the anniversary show?
I hope so. I hope
I'm
so.
sure
I'll pick him up.
I'll pick him up.
I would like to let the record show that I'm not the one who brought up Billy Flynn in this conversation.
But you brought up Finn.
I brought up Finn. F-I-N-N. I didn't say nothing about Flynn.
So,
Speaking of...
Are we there? I don't know.
I know that's next.
That's next. Hold on, girl. we ain't done just yet. No, I was going to say but basically, because folks out there will talk about this, we don't cover everything. Chloe and Parker, I guess they're going to go leave for a little bit and come back for the funeral. Because Parker didn't want to go, and so Nicole talked to him.
She had to go finish up stuff in Chicago.
But we know that she's staying on the show. She's coming back to stuff, so I guess they'll go away for a little bit.
Ooh.
So who's going to live together? They're going to all live together? Chloe, Nicole,
It'll be interesting. I have a feeling Nicole's going to keep that apartment.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which kind of frustrates me, because that just reminds me of him.
I
think she should remodel it. I think she should hire a big gay designer with big hair to come in and redesign it.
That episode won't last long.
Gotta put it in the universe.
Well,
Well.
Who did you guys enjoy the Chloe Phillip Bell mini reunion?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I was like, and she was like, "Well, it's just like old times."
Yeah.
And I was like,
I just think I'm excited because I mean I love Chloe, I love Belle, I love
The new Philip.
Philip, I love Brandon Beamer.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great
good.
with Chad mixed in, Abigail mixed in.
Well, no, see, Chad, we're going to talk about the next segment with Chad.
I do a Days of Our Lives weekly recap, and he is a front burner actor on the show. I have to mention him.
I'm sorry, I tuned out.
But Chad has been looking over Belle a little bit, so I think he's still not done with Belle, so to speak. Like he's going to be your friend or something. So I think it's going to be in there. So Maxine's son, the designer. That's a
Maxine's
designer.
He's like, oh, I like the idea now.
Perfect. The anniversary show will be February 7th.
215.
Well, we haven't officially gotten the okay for it.
But we're 1 year. We got okay. We're fine. We can do it.
We're good.
Oh, because you James Lott Jr.?
That's right.
And you whipped out the big guns. Don't make me whip out the big guns.
I did that.
Oh my God, Kendra, you're on fire today. Chloe and Nicole going as lesbians and raising Parker. I love it. Can you imagine? That would be fan-friggin-tastic.
They'd be cloned.
Oh my God, that's my new super couple. What's the name?
They're best friends.
So what? Chloe plus Nicole would be
Nilo.
Nilo. That's kind of cute actually name.
No.
Lord, we'll be here forever.
Cloacole? Cloacole?
No.
Cloacole?
But anyway, so our anniversary that day is February 7th. That's our 1 year anniversary. Or it's the 8th, but we're going to do it on the 7th. So stay tuned for more details on that kind of stuff. We're working on that.
Oh my God, no one told me that my jacket was just all like messed up and stuff.
I thought it was fine.
No, I'm looking at the camera now.
Well, while you're fixing that, I'll lead us into the next.
Yes, lead us to the next
segment, which is.
Oh, someone said Nicole.
Nicole, yeah, Chloe.
Hey, well, actually, you know who said that? Our engineer.
Good one, Mark.
He tried to sneak that in there. He was like, Nicole? Question mark.
I love it, and I love that you're paying attention. You're not just reading a book back.
Exactly. You're not just shopping online for I don't know, toys or something. I don't know.
It is a good book, though.
I love Mike Donica. Okay, so lead us into the next segment,
which was the Chad and Abby's engagement.
We're gonna skip that one, and we're gonna.
Kate Mancy's gonna be very upset.
Okay.
And little Thomas Demira.
Cute baby though. I will say baby is a cutie.
Okay. Before we even talk about the engagement, let's talk a second about how cute when Steve came over and they were talking about how.
Yes, I loved it.
Oh my God, that was so sweet and cute.
I didn't realize that Steve and Chad never met each other. I was like, I didn't realize that.
The who?
That Steve and Chad never met each other.
Well, we were talking when Teresa was here. when Jen was here, how she's never had scenes with Chad.
Yeah, and
funny. I just think that's so, we were talking, it's funny that we think that they have, but they've never seen each other.
And they have to keep up with that.
But true.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I loved that
scene. Loved that Steve was in there talking about Jack. The only thing that would be better is if Jack was back.
Yes. But great scene.
And then Chad proposed to Abigail, but I also really liked, because I was liking this thing where Chad was letting Andre and Stefano think that he really was still under their spell. So I was kind of thinking they were going to go with that more, and he was kind of going to mislead them and continue playing with them.
Okay.
But then when Andre walked in and caught them, I was kind of like, okay, that's kind of cool too. You know what I mean? I was kind of like, okay, kind of totally just busted him.
You did.
And we were talking about the La Familia. And then he was kind of drifting in and out, and then Abigail brought him out of it and stuff. And then later when he says La Familia, and Chad's like, yeah, that's not working on me.
Yeah, not working on me. And then he said the third time he goes, La Familia goes, I'm not, Andrew's like, I'm not done yet. He would finish the sentence. I thought it was kind of, and I loved when he threatened him, Andre just walked in and started laughing. Like, yeah, right, I'm under the mirror. Yeah. And then he almost cussed. And then he just walked out.
Cheese and crackers.
I know, cheese and crackers. I almost cussed. But it's funny, he kind of laughed at him like, sure, little boy, yeah, whatever. And then just kept on going. And I was like, I love that. I love everybody starts laughing. I really did enjoy the whole engagement thing. It was kind of cute. I love that.
very cute.
I love that Abby had a reaction first, like, well, I'm not sure yet. That's fine. That was realistic. I loved the reaction of Jen and JJ.
Are you nuts?
Well, I wrote this down too. Was when she was like, "He's a good man," and this and that, and then JJ goes, "That's what you said about Ben."
I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, oh.
And that I was like, that was that moment. I was like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. She read the book. She opened the book and read it. He read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
I thought
That
that
the
was
reactions were.
And then the other thing that would just, I wrote it down. Hold on. Was when they were was after Steve left, and it was just Abby and Chad talking, and he's like, maybe I should go over there, maybe I should talk to them, And she's like, well, I kind of don't want you to go by yourself, all that stuff. And she's like, yeah, but they're not going to be very nice to you. And when he was like, yeah, but I have loads of natural charm, I was like, it was so charming.
So
No,
but it was.
Love you, Billy Flynn. I agree 100%. You have natural charm.
Oh my God.
he has natural something, but I don't know if it's charm.
Yeah, but no, it was kind of nice. I like they kind of brought them together now, so now they're going to be engaged,
Yes.
a little happy. They deserve happiness. I love that now Uncle Steve is part of the picture, kind of, and I will step in and be there for Jack. That was very cute. That's really nice. Like I said, that baby is so adorable. And we'll see what happens. And Andre, we can't trust him. So right now he's busy trying to figure out where his daddy is.
He is
And so I
just
keep tabs up.
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is lost. I know.
Lost. LOST. Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing too with the little Chad storyline was when he does go back and Jen collapses. And
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that's kind of how that ends.
Yes.
That's how it is.
So,
It's like,
but
yes.
people have been suggesting that there may be a pill addiction coming up for her.
And then also, I saw in the chat room that apparently there's a Twitter for Lil Thomas Demira.
Oh, there is.
It's at
it was
Tommy
like
Miller.
the day he was born. I
that's
saw
so
it on
funny.
there. Yeah.
That's the trend now. Oh,
Yeah, it's right now.
going back, did we mention how Andre came over to Hope's and Hope almost slipped?
No,
and said-
because and you know what?
Oh yeah, she did.
Was I the other one that noticed that the knocker wasn't down? that it was up the whole time?
Yeah, I didn't notice that. But it's just like all the way to the
all the way to the very end, and Andre was like,
very end.
the end of the conversation.
conversation.
I know, I love that.
And I wanted to be like, no one talks like that.
Yeah, to the end of the conversation.
I'm like, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. Booze 69Bs. She said, "We all love Billy Flynn. Well, except Tony."
That's right.
That's not true.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's not
yeah.
true, people.
So that's good. So they're engaged. So now we'll see what happens. And with Jen's going to have to recover. I guess she's going to have some complications.
Well,
and,
I mean, there clearly there's more to come with Chad and Abigail.
they're not about to ride into the sunset yet.
Yeah, there's. I'm sure there's. Excuse me, something else on the horizon. My soda pop just got to me.
I know. Like,
But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think there's still more to come with that.
I agree. I totally agree.
Definitely.
Now, so those are the three main storylines. I think that all covered.
Yeah.
They were almost on every day, and they was kind of they cover them.
Yep.
So we have some tidbits, and I'll leave this one because I I'm still liking this. I'm still liking this storyline. Sierra, Theo, Chase, and Claire. I'm seeing something with Chase and Claire a little bit.
Me too.
Did you see it last time?
Okay, yeah,
More on
but
her end than his.
more on her end than with Chase. But it's really weird because I feel like now this thing is starting to form where we've sensed that there's a care connection or something with Theo and Sierra.
Yes.
That Chase doesn't like because we feel like Chase likes Sierra.
Yes.
Now they've input Claire, who has kind of been like, oh, Chase.
Yeah.
And first of all, Chase, why are you listening to One Direction?
Yeah. Well,
He said that, and I was like, of all the bands to
Yes,
pick,
yes.
you went with One Direction, and
Yes.
then I thought, oh, are they going to be on the show? Because there has to be a reason
maybe.
why they said One Direction,
Maybe.
like maybe.
maybe.
But I doubt it. They're broke up. So
Well, there's one of them
four.
just left.
Yeah,
They're
one
not
of those
broken
four.
up.
They broke up. So,
They're
So,
no
yeah.
direction. They're no
And I love
direction.
that I know that.
They're
so
no direction.
there's this.
Louis the best.
It's reminding us of the Mimi, Sean,
Yes,
Phillips,
exactly.
Oh, totally.
Belle situation.
I agree. But in this case, it's Sierra and Claire who are related, her auntie and niece.
Yeah.
Because the other time it was Philip and then they were uncle and nephew.
Yeah.
I love it. See,
Yeah.
look who's related.
Yeah.
So that was something that I was like, okay, so there's a familial thing going on.
Yes.
But they get along. They get along fine.
They do. And the whole like bullying thing, like Theo
Yes.
is like, I just want it to go away. And Sierra's like, no, we have to find out who did it.
Yeah.
That was my Sierra
It
impression.
was.
I have moments. So let's talk about Sarah.
Let's talk about her.
Oh boy.
My girl's daughter.
I have moments. I'm so back and forth.
Me too.
I feel like some moments I'm like, okay, I'm digging, and then it goes regresses, and I'm like, girl, no. I love the idea of her. I love the character. Like, I like her that she's kind of got that bow style. You know, she's got the leather jacket and the purse with the fringe and the kind of tough girl.
Yeah.
But then there's moments where I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that
She
the
still needs that
actress.
sass.
The sass is missing,
Yes,
for
the sass is
sure.
missing.
Because
That-
Lauren Bowles had it.
That
Yeah.
sass, and also still that bit of she likes material things. She likes
Yeah.
the good things. She likes the good life.
Yeah.
And I think they're still trying to figure out older Sierra.
Yeah, they are, but I do think her and Kyle Pettis, real life, who the real names are, but they look great together. I mean, I see, I'm like, oh, they're cute together. I can see that.
Yeah.
Again, he's doing great. I just think he does great work. I mean, you praised him last week on the show. I say same thing. I just think Kyle Pettis doing great work as Theo.
Hope Soap says can't deal with Sierra and her mother missing party planning.
I know it's not a party, whatever. So I'm like, the Sierra. I go back and forth all the time. I'm just like,
I want to, and there's times where I do, and there's other times where I'm like, yeah, I'm not really
Casey
sure.
Lynn, I agree with you. She seems forced.
Yeah.
It just seems a little forced. But
Yeah.
Lauren Bowles was the bomb, so I guess I'm still mourning
Yeah.
that one because she was just so good. But
Yeah.
too robotic. Yeah, she kind of is a little bit. But I'm gonna give her a chance. I'm gonna give her a chance. I mean, I hated Mimi when she first came on the show. I thought she was a bad actress. I could not. I was like, oh, and I grew to like her a lot.
Yeah.
And she wanted One Life to Live was even better. So I mean,
I never
so
was a Mimi fan.
I liked her after a while. Mimi Lockhart, another. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
You guys are like, okay, guys are okay.
Right.
Her and Melanie can go live together.
As lesbians.
With Daniel. So moving on.
You know, he's dead. That wasn't very nice.
Oh, this is you.
Boy, please.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
You always say such mean things about Daniel. It's just rude, Tony.
I hope your hair deflates at some point during the show.
It's getting bigger.
So really quick, to get through the rest of tidbits, Steve and Kayla discovers Joey at Ava's apartment.
That kind of caught me off guard.
It caught me off
Actually,
guard,
I'll
too.
say this: the whole Kayla Ava story, all that stuff.
that.
I was like,
Well,
Me too.
Well,
When
first of
Joey
all-
kissed her, I was like, what?
Yeah,
and I
Right
wish,
there.
and this other thing, I wish she would just say. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Like, I just want
Right.
someone to say it
Right.
out loud. Like,
Right.
because that's what everyone's thinking. Like,
Well, here's quickly what happened this week. Steve found the photos. Ava confessed that the
It's
photos
his.
of her baby, it's his. Steve, and I love that Steve went to Kayla and was like, this is what's going on.
yeah, I loved all of that.
And Kayla was like, okay, you know what? Kayla got real. Kayla got real kikukula on her. she was like, you know what? I tried to give this little heifer the benefit of the doubt. I understand that she got the leukemia or whatever, and she coughing and hacking up lungs and stuff. And I tried to forgive her, but she is going too far. And then, when she was about to knock on that door and she saw Joey standing
I know.
there, she said, "What you doing here?"
She said, "You need to go
She
home,
said, "You need to
and
go. I will
we need
deal
to
with you
die."
later."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Look here." What she wanted to say was, "Look here, heifer." I am trying to get over this stuff, but you keep testing me.
Yeah.
And it's one thing after another. Now, how is it that Ava, 125 pounds wet, was able to grab that heavy candlestick holder and knock out Kayla and then drag her body?
It's just a candlestick holder.
No, what?
That was a heavy candlestick holder. And I'm thinking like, you ain't got that much. You supposed to be sick, remember? You ain't got that much force behind you to knock out Kayla.
Well, my favorite line is when Kayla said, "I don't care about you and your fictional son." That's what it was.
Yes,
said.
yeah.
You and your fictional son. I think, oh.
My notes, I just wrote, "You go, Kayla."
Yeah, she was like,
I did.
And there was a lot of this.
I'm loving.
yes, there was. She was
loving.
like, yes.
I literally kept all day. It was mostly Friday's episode because they had a lot going on Friday.
Yeah.
But I just remember watching it. I remember thinking, which we were talking about, which was what I was pointing to in the chat room. Somebody was talking about how much they love Steve and Kayla's house.
I love their house.
Oh yeah, it's
And
really
I
cool.
love it
my
too.
God. It's
I
light,
love their
airy.
house. I love seeing them on the top storyline.
Yes.
I love.
They're working together.
I like the story.
Yes, me too.
Still kind of like wishy-washy on this whole I have leukemia thing, but whatever. We'll see where it goes.
I want to address some people in the chat room like they can't stand how they're making Joey naive. Joey is 16.
Yeah.
I have a 16-year-old grandson who would act the same way.
Yeah.
Like boys aren't that smart at 16. Sorry, we're not.
Yeah.
When it comes to older, no, we're not. I don't care what you say.
That's it. Keep doing it.
Yeah, keep
You're
doing it.
setting him up.
Yeah.
You're setting him up.
Yes, yes, you did it.
You're giving him.
I will have you know that Tony Moore was not like that at 16.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what he was.
Oh, no.
I was like, now you're just giving him gifts.
I'm just saying, not all.
I thought you were gonna say, don't
Please
gift
give
me.
Tony. That's something.
Please give Tony.
And so
That's why I was like, stop! You're giving him stuff to do.
Give it. You know, I would not mind a good gift. And if there are people who out there who know how to do that, tweet them out. But
I think he's acting in character. That's my whole point. Is that he's acting. I think he's acting as for 16.
I do.
And we noticed how a little like how he kind of was with her even at the launch party for sure.
Yeah.
Like wanting to know who the other guy was and everything like that.
Sense.
And even when he was like, "Oh, so you're dumping me?" I gotta say this. Ava and I had the same reaction. We both went,
She went, what? I just did. She was like, oops. So,
"Are we dumped?
Yeah.
Nobody dumping you."
But I even liked
together.
But I even liked when he was at home and Steve came home and he told Steve everything and it was like I was sold.
Me too.
I'm sold. 100% sold.
And James Lastwick is doing a great job. He's doing
Yes.
a great job.
And now I feel like Steve and Kayla are finally like, you know what? Have fun.
Yeah, we're done.
We're not having this.
Yeah.
We're on to you.
Yeah.
We're on to you and your little blood pack with the little leukemia blood in it.
Kayla really on there. Kayla was like, that's why I said Kayla is done. She was done.
And now you done knocked her out?
I know.
Leah Mulder says she thinks that Ava does not have a son.
It was a phony.
Maybe it's a fake.
Yeah, I think that's his son.
Listen, no one knows the master plan, and even I sometimes sit there. I'm like, girl, let's get through this plan because it's like she went into like a dungeon and thought out this long scheme. It's almost like imagine when they were trying to figure out the necktie killer, and they kept looking at the board. Now replace that with Ava and her master plan of how to get Steve back. I feel like that's
I was going to say this too. I was actually because I kept thinking, where is she? I didn't realize until today they said it.
She's at the bed and breakfast.
She's at the Martin house.
Which I didn't know that either. I was like,
because I kept looking at the room and I kept thinking, I like that she's not in like a typical hotel room.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, I like that it looks like she's kind of staying in someone's house in the bedroom. But it wasn't until today that they said the Martin. I mean, maybe they said that before and I missed it. Getting pizza rolls.
I missed it.
But I was kind of like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I agree.
But I feel,
I'm sold for the storyline. I'm sold.
Okay, well, I will be a fan with open arms, just waiting to see how this unfolds.
That's right.
So moving on, we have Eduardo, who gave John the information about his mother.
Yes.
And John actually called, and the woman was like, "Hello," and then it cut.
But I like that he was like, I think it was just before. Are we sure? Like,
yeah. And then Eduardo was like, "Listen, I basically told them in order for he doesn't care about the school.
Yeah,
he just wants connection, and so they gave a little bit, but just know." They're not gonna stop.
Right, he did say that.
Give you just a little bit.
He's like, we're not in the woods, safe woods yet. He was like, nuh-uh.
Do you want to stand up again?
I wonder if you guys can see it.
Some people kept tuning in later. They want to see the rest of the shirt.
Okay, can you see it, you guys?
People don't kill people. Stefano DiMera kills.
Guns don't kill people.
Oh,
Stefano
guns don't
DiMera
kill
does.
people. Okay, guns.
So you
I was like, what shirt are you reading? Because that does not say people
I
don't kill
know.
people.
So I got this online. I saw it from a fan on a fan chat, and then I went online and bought it, and it was like, I think like $15, something like that.
Yeah.
So I had to get it.
Yes.
So, thank you guys.
We need to make a new one with Hope's face and
I
says
know we
guns
should.
don't kill people.
Hope Brady does.
Hope Brady does.
Brady does.
And then we got Eve and Eddie, because Eddie got around this week, and Kate was in there a little bit, of course, because she was watching. But they had a nice scene. Eve and Eddie had a nice scene.
Yeah.
They came full circle, kind of.
Yeah.
Because she really is enjoying this whole school thing, and she's going to mentor Claire Brady, which I think is a great idea.
And I'm going to say it again. I really like her voice, Claire's.
Oh yeah, Claire's voice is great.
Yeah.
And just for us, because we know Cassie and we love her to death. She looks hot. Her haircut, everything was always styled. And when she had her scene, we'll say the next time when she was with Teresa too, she looks great. I love Cassie Palmer. I don't know why she's not on there more, doing more stuff, but her and Eddie had a really great scene because she had been with Justin for a little bit, and Justin's still kind of stuck on Adrian. He made a phone call to Adrian.
I don't understand that whole thing.
Me neither. But the scene with her and Eddie was actually very sweet, and it was just kind of nice. And well, it was nice. I mean, A. Martinez is so good. He has so much chemistry with everybody. I love him on there. So,
quick little shout out to Heidi Worster, who tweeted me and said, "Watching us on audition days is sometimes way better than actually watching days." So shout out to her.
We're more diverse.
Thank you.
So okay, so that's Eve and Eddie.
Yeah,
Eve and Teresa.
They met up. I'm glad they met up, and so they had a little chit chat, and she was kind of there for Teresa, then telling her stop letting him blame you for what happened. That's not your fault.
Yeah. All right, and that was your week of days.
There you go.
Was everything?
That was it.
That's it?
That was
Yeah,
everything.
You sure?
Because the other storylines were really big. They lasted long. They were like, they covered most of the...
You know, I think he's trying to do is figure out more Billy Flynn.
Billy Flynn. We already talked about him already.
I'm sure there's something else.
No.
So is there anything that you missed? Do you want to talk about the blue?
Oh, I know what I forgot to mention, and this is not about Billy Flynn, but shout out to Billy Flynn. Was I almost peed when... when Abigail was like, there's an opening on Valentine's Day at St. I didn't think Jen was gonna know. Like, I thought it was just gonna let it slide. But then Jen was like, "Well, that was Daniel and Nicole's date. That's why it's available." And she's like, "Oh, well, I can get it another day." But I was just like, I literally laughed out loud when she said that. I was like, "Shut up! There's an opening date on Valentine's Day."
So awful.
It's bad.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And you wonder why they call you
Exactly.
That's exactly why. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Would Sean Christian like to come on to AfterBuzz?
I think it's a possibility, yeah.
That's funny for him. You know.
I'm feeling sick. I don't know if I'll make it that day.
Oh my God. So, all right. So that has been your full week of days. And now it's time to get into our lovely segments. And we're going to start with mine, Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
I started working on a
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wasn't sure like who to give it to. I thought, I should give it to Ray for like that kick that he did with the wood. Then I thought, I should give it to Parker because like that house he built in the middle of the living room was really good.
The box he opened up.
It was good. It was like laid out.
This isn't Dr. Dan. He didn't build a house.
But I'm just saying, it looked really good.
Stop the nonsense.
But then the beauty montage happened with Nicole, and I was like,
beauty montage.
I call it the beauty montage. Eric's dream. I mean Brady's dream.
Yes.
And just that whole like that white background with that pink dress on, and her hair was done. Her eyes were piercing, and you could tell that there was like a Beyonce fan going on.
Yeah.
And she was just like looking in the camera and kind of like giving you like that side and just like look. And I was like. Yeah. So when it happened, I was like, Nicole, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award because that whole look was like, I mean, seriously,
so good.
Who you guys know secretly you wish someone would film you like that? Like you are done up.
You make it sound like I've never had that done.
You haven't. So you just have that one moment where, like, you know, you look really good and like you get that dreamy.
And you feel hot.
You like feeling yourself, and you're just like, and I just felt like she was just like, I know I look hot because I've been looking a mess all this week because I've been crying about Daniel. But for this dream, I just want to remind you guys that I still look good.
And she's hot. She is hot.
She's hot.
Yeah.
She is hot.
So there we go.
They did that one.
Make sure you watch my interview with Ari Zucker
You
from
should.
Day of Days at Universal Studios on YouTube.
Day of Days.
Just trying to get my views up.
That's why you like that. You like that one. He didn't like that one. He's ready to say something. You like that one.
Or you can tune into my interview with Ari Zucker on Lounging with Tony,
Ooh, Jay.
where we play a
Checkmate.
nice little game called Who's Your Daddy?
Post it on Audition Days page.
Yeah, post on Audition Days.
Oh, I should.
Yeah,
You
you
should.
should.
You know, seriously, you should.
I'll do that now since I mentioned it.
Okay, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
You're welcome.
Oh, he's like, you want to go?
And now it's time to find out from James Lott Jr. Look who's related.
That makes me laugh every time. Love it. I'm back, you guys, and also
You know what? Hold on. Stop. Pause. We know you back.
Oh.
You've been sitting here this whole
I
time.
want to make sure you know I'm back.
We know.
I'm not on vacation still. I'm here.
We know that you just got back from Thanksgiving vacation, okay? We know. We know that.
Go back.
You got back from
already.
around Halloween.
We know.
July.
We know that you've been on vacation since Halloween. We know that you finally got back from Mother's Day. We understand.
Yes, exactly. So we're back to a convoluted Look Who's Related. The last couple ones were really easy, but it's funny. I've been following you guys. You guys are all telling me what you want to hear, what you want to know about. So I'm listening. I have been. And this one's interesting. And you'll see a bunch of pictures of people. Some you'll probably recognize. Some you may not. Chad is the first part of it. Is Chad. Chad had a child.
Oh, look at that. It's
I don't know how you
Casey
say it.
Dietrich as Chad.
Yes. He had a child with Mia, who's not on the show anymore, and was later adopted by Sammy, and they
Is there
named
a
her
picture
Grace.
of Billy up there at all?
No,
No.
it's not.
That is why I'm looking.
Grace was named because she was born through the grace of God, and Rafe was actually her godfather, and so her name was Grace Raffaella. Was her name? And that was back in 2008. So I don't know if you guys were watching in 2008. And then
the old Philip too.
yeah,
What is
no,
with these pictures you chose?
that's the time period. Now both Sammy and Nicole were pregnant at the same time.
Right.
But Nicole miscarried and totally kept it a secret. Was trying to hide it and everything. Sammy gave birth, but they both were pregnant by EJ. Let me just tell you that. But Nicole was with EJ at the time. So Sammy gave birth to her baby, but Nicole switched babies, gave her baby Grace, and she took Sammy's baby. And I thought it was hilarious, and named her Sydney.
Yeah.
Well, Grace died from meningitis. It's kind of crazy, which was a really sad. It was totally sad. It was so then later, through all the shenanigans, everything found out, she got back Sydney, and then the whole thing happened. There's a great slap between we talked about on the show before between Nicole and Sammy when Sammy's like, "Sam, I want to hear you say it." No, slap. I want to hear you say it. No, and she slapped her. Slapped her hard. It was great. So that's one thing. Also, Philip has another child. People have been bringing this up to me over and over again. Yes, Philip has a son with Mimi Lockhart, speaking of somebody people don't like.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Named Tyler Kyriakis. But why I brought this one up is because it relates to baby Pocket that's been mentioned many times.
Yes.
So the kid people think that baby is going to be grown up to be Pocket. I don't think it's Tyler Kyriakis. I think it's a whole different kid. Because Tyler was born, first they thought it was Philip's, it was Tom Brady's kid with Mimi because they were together. Remember that? But it was there was a surrogate named Lauren Chafee. That was there was a surrogate who gave birth to the actual Tyler or Pocket.
Okay.
She left the baby in the hospital, and that's how Steve and Kayla came across the baby and named it Pocket.
Pocket.
Yes. So there was a whole big mix-up. There was a whole crazy. I won't get into all of that, of course. But in the summer of 2007, Philip kept getting these kind of calls that a baby was crying in the background or some weird stuff. And him and Billy, your Billy Reed, went and found Tyler. But at this point, was adopted by, and I didn't remember the name. They are adopted. He's living in Indianapolis right now.
Who is?
Tyler. And he's adopted by Mr. and Mrs. Wilkins.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes, remember that?
I remember them taking them to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what happened is Steve and Kayla were foster parents for Pocket for a while, but then they gave him. So the thing is, Philip knows he has a son. Went and saw him, saw how happy he was with his adopted family, and left him there. to be raised by
Yes,
him.
I remember that. I
So
totally
that's the whole
remember
thing. So there's another Kyriakis out there. So there's another child that's out there, but he's not raising that child.
Right.
So it's just, the people ask me these baby things, and because the characters are on the show again right now.
Yeah.
Chad did have another child, and Philip has no child. So they are out there, and that's who's related. And also, people have been asking me if I'm one day going to put them together in a little book, and I might, of my Look Who's Related.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
Do a little Edition Days booklet of all my past Look Who's Related. So I might do that.
Okay.
I like that
Do
idea.
the 3 Snaps Award too.
I could. Yeah.
Robin asks, what qualifies for 3 Snaps? What is the award actually about? So,
good
Robin,
question. Good question.
that is a great question.
great question.
It kind of started off as like a performer of the week, someone who was like really good, and you would just want to be like, yes, you get 3 Snaps. Then it kind of turned into like just things as you're watching it, and you're like, oh, yes. So it's one of those. It's
hard to define.
It's hard to define, but when you see something that's worthy of 3 snaps,
You know it.
you know it. Yeah.
Because
Like
when Carolyn got that
and
time
I'm
to
sure
get-
Yeah.
who asked the question?
Robin.
Robin Tate.
Robin, I'm sure that if you're out and you see a dress, you're like, oh,
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what
dress
that
gets
is.
3 snaps. So
Exactly.
that's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
Or a person's hair, eyebrows. You see something
Hair?
Hair. You're like, oh my god, that hair is
My hair
Exactly,
should
right,
get 3
exactly.
snaps.
no.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we're moving on
So
because
Mark,
we're starting to
actually.
run out of time.
Yeah, go ahead.
but that has been James Lott. That has been James Lott Jr.'s. Look who's related. And we're on to our next segment, which is
Mark's Quote of the Week.
A lot.
All right, guys. My quote. I was going to read this. That's why I was pulling my phone out because I did a poll.
your big satellite phone.
Yes, the plus. I did it.
Plus.
Plus. Who I've been doing this every week. Who do you think is going to get the quote of the week? And it's funny to see what you guys think. So 56% of you thought Chad was going to get it.
Of course.
9% thought Nicole was going to get it. 15% thought Victor might get it, and 20% thought Andre might get it. So I will let the small 9% know that they are correct. That Nicole is getting my quote of the week.
And what'd she say?
And she said to Parker when there was a knock at the door by some disgusting redhead, uh-oh, what kind of casserole do you think it is now?
And he goes, meatloaf. He actually answered, he goes, meatloaf. It was funny, it was cute. Cute.
And anyone, who has lost somebody
Yes.
knows that people
Oh my
tend to
God,
bring
they
food
bring
over.
over
So I just thought it
everything.
was such a clever line,
agree.
and I
And
literally laughed out loud.
It's so great that it comes from her because she's so over like this whole like,
Yeah.
funeral and
Yeah.
everything. So yeah.
So the 9%, whoever you are, you
got
were
it.
correct,
You were correct.
and Nicole got my quote of the week.
Yes. So that has been
Mark's Quote of the Week.
And then, and funny that somebody had asked you about
Oh, yes.
the 3 Snaps Award. We were discussing today, and some people have been questioning why they're not getting Fan of the Week, and
What does that
they
mean?
feel like they should, and stuff like that. It's kind of the same thing is what we do discuss it.
Yeah.
We message each other and say, Tony will send, hey, look at this for quote of the week or Fan of the Week, and he'll do it. And then we kind of, once we get them all together, we kind of cipher through and pick one. And again, it's kind of the same thing. It's just
when you see something,
when you
know
see
it.
something, we're just like, okay, we got to give it to
But
this
we
person.
appreciate all of you
We do,
guys.
and we think
Oh my
you
God.
all are fans of the week
Yes.
every week.
Yes.
But it's just kind of one that stands out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean because you make a video that you're gonna get it. It doesn't mean because you compliment me and Chad and how well we look together. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get
Oh my God.
it. Does,
I felt like Miranda Priestley just then.
so it's just
person
kind
with the
of
lips.
who we, because we just want to show our appreciation for you.
Yes.
And by not saying that it's not you doesn't mean that you won't down the road get it.
Yeah, sure.
It's just kind of how we roll. So please don't get upset that you're not getting it.
Yes.
Your time will come.
Yes.
So this week's fan of the week is going to, and we don't have his name because we forgot to ask him his name.
Yeah.
But he sent us the cutest video, and we have to try and figure out how to get it off of our message board.
Message board of Instagram.
He messaged private messages on Instagram this video, and his name on Instagram, if you guys want to follow him, is Days News.
He's 19 years old.
He's 19 years old.
He loves our show.
And he loves our show. And his video is real short, real short little video, and he was explaining
The serum,
why he thought
the visions in the serum.
why the serum was so important. It was such a cute little video.
Yeah.
And
Nice young fan.
and he's a young fan, so we were like, you know what, let's give it to him this week. So Days News on Instagram.
You got it.
You got our fan of the week, and if you can share that.
Yeah.
If you
Message
still
us
have
on,
it.
if you have the video, message us on Facebook.
Or
Yes.
put it on our I don't know, can they put it on our Insta?
No, we have to get to us so we can put it on
So
Yeah.
send it to us on Facebook and then we
So
can
we
put
want
it
to
on.
cultivate the next generations of soap fans.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
So we want to give that.
And Mark, we have some quick shout outs from iTunes.
Yes, I was going through because we were talking about iTunes and how important it is for you guys to rate us and rate reviews and stuff.
You can download us and everything. Listen to
Download us, and I say this quite a bit. I always forget that people don't actually watch it on YouTube; that they listen to the podcast. So for those of you who listen and you miss stuff because you're not seeing what we're doing, I apologize again because I tend to forget that you're just listening. But there's some. I want to give some shout outs to some people. And if you go to the iTunes store and just type in AfterBuzz Days of Our Lives, AfterBuzz TV Days of Our Lives, you can find all these comments and stuff and read them. I may read one or two of them, but Blackston M. These were all back in May and March, by the way,
We're
of
slow.
2015.
No, we're
slow.
I did look at them, I think, when we first started, and then I kind of forgot to go back. So I'm going to try and be better at looking at the reviews and stuff on here. But Blackston M in May, Hawks Olsen in May, Carolyn Topo wrote a nice, very nice review in there, and San Lin wrote a really nice. San Lin's was the one I think. Well, here I'll just read. Carolyn says, "Love the show. Always manages to bring all the stories featured in a given week. The hosts are funny, bright, and know the subject. They give added enjoyment to watching Days of Our Lives each week." Blackston M wrote, "Entertaining and fun show for Days fans. Thanks for doing this lively show." There's a new one. Oh no, that wasn't one. A new one. And then there's just read them because there are some one's really long, but it's really nice. From Sam.
We
Lynn.
appreciate it.
We appreciate it, and keep rating us and reviewing us. It will help us tremendously if all 200 of you went on to iTunes and just wrote, "We love Mark's hair."
Oh my gosh. Okay, so really quick before we go into news and gossip, I want to tell my Lisa Rinna story. And, Mark, the engineer. Yes. So I meant to say this when it happened, and then I totally forgot, and then I was reminded. So a few weeks ago on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills,
I saw it.
Lisa Rinna was on there with her kids, and they were getting a mani-pedi, and it just so happened I went to the same one that day, and it was actually a couple of days after I told you guys, I was like, we had just started doing the Spotlight Ons, and I was like, I really think we should get Lisa Rinna in here.
And you called me this day.
That day?
When you were in, or you were texting me or something when you ran into her.
When I ran into her.
I remember
and I was like, this is like an omen. We were just talking about Lisa Rinna. It's really, and I'm not usually on that side of town, but I was getting gas and I was like, I need a mani-pedi. Oh, there's a place right over there. Went in, and as I'm about to walk in, Lisa Rinna's there, and she's like, oh, you can still go ahead inside. We're just, shooting or whatever. It's totally fine. And so when they featured it on the show, there's me in the background, kind of looking confused.
I watched the show, and I'm like, there you are.
And actually, that's the same day where, I was like, okay, I have to ask her somehow, who I can contact in order to get her on the show. So in my little, very nice Southern voice, I was like, excuse me, Miss Rinna, but my name is Tony Moore. I'm from AfterBuzz TV. We do a full recap of Days of Our Lives, and we would love to interview you about your time on Days. Who could I contact? And she was like, contact my publicist. And I was like, oh, great. But she hasn't come on the show yet. Yeah. But we really want her to be on the show because I feel like there's all these little instances that keep happening. Yeah. And so we really want Lisa Rinna on the show. So if you guys want Lisa Rinna too, please start tweeting her, messaging her on Instagram and saying, you have to come on this show.
Yes.
And that was my little moment.
And she's online all the time. So.
Yes, she is.
She's on Twitter a lot.
Yes.
A lot.
But it's fun seeing you. It's fun seeing you because I watched the show.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so we have to blast through this because it's time for a GH report.
So let's go into a little late anyway. So
let's go into news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, so next Sunday, to kick off our Sunday soap block, we have Felice Sampler. And the picture, I'm going to give a photo credit to Doug Dobransky, make sure I say that, of our girl. She played the first Demira child, besides Tony and, that whole thing, but first Demira female child. She played Renee Dumont Demira. And so we're on at 3 p.m., we're doing a Spotlight On with her right before our show. She'll tune in for that and then continue watching the rest of the soap block.
And when is that?
That's me on the 24th of January, which is next Sunday.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
All right, and our favorite Edition Dazer, Jen Lilly, has partnered with Be Your Own You to design a new limited edition clothing line to benefit Child Help, an organization dedicated to helping victims of child abuse through treatment programs, advocacy centers, and group homes. Jen's designs feature clothes and accessories for guys, gals, and kids, including t-shirts, hoodies, and racerback tanks. If you would like to purchase any of these items to benefit Child Help, make sure you go to celebrity.beyourownYou.com and we'll post that on our Facebook page. But congratulations, Jen Lilly, and way to parlay your character with what you're doing in real life.
Exactly.
Love that.
Go
Love
girl.
that.
Go girl.
And
then next week, Mr. Brandon Beamer returns to Days of Our Lives to take over the part of Sean Douglas Brady, which I'm very excited about.
And congratulations to Blake Barris, who's a great actor. He is joining Supergirl, which is actually it's a really good show, you guys, on CBS.
It is good.
It's really good, actually. I'm really enjoying it. And
That 2 weeks I worked at Warner Brothers.
Oh, really?
We discussed it.
Oh, really? It was good. He'll appear on the next episode. He'll appear on the next episode next month.
yes, and speaking of ex-cast members who were appearing on shows, Matt Cedeno, did I pronounce that right?
Matt Cedeno.
Yes, Cedeno, who played Brandon Walker, just landed a role on the originals, which returns to the CW on January 29th. So congratulations to Matt, and make sure you look out for him on that. And now, the moment that you guys have been waiting for, we have the announcement of our winner on Facebook. Each time we get to like 100 people, so the next 100 tier up, we're gonna unlock a prize. And so this prize were signed headshots and a signed 2015. Yeah, we still got those.
I know, it's so funny.
From Lauren
It's so funny.
Croslow. And the winner of that set is Mr. Robert James Seal III. So
Ta-da!
congratulations to Robert. Appreciate that. And you guys were very helpful and got us to 1,500 followers on Instagram, which allowed you to unlock another prize. And now this one is a big one, and you can only win this if you're our Instagram follower. But we have a signed script that was given to us by Jen Lilly, also signed by Jen Lilly, Melissa. I think that's Melissa.
Archer.
Melissa. No, I think it's Melissa Reeves.
Oh.
Cassie the Pirate.
Oh no, it is Melissa Archer, Billy Flynn, Cassie, and Lauren Coslow. This script was
Jen Lilly's.
Yeah, it was Jen Lilly's, and it aired on November 14th, 2014. So we're gonna post this on our Instagram. All you have to do is comment below, and we'll announce the winner next week. And the only way that you can get this if you follow us on Instagram and comment below. We are not posting this on Facebook.
So they just comment on it?
Yeah.
How do they win it?
We'll randomly pick the Instagrammer to win it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So signed script
curious.
on our Instagram,
Asking
which
for them.
is Dish and Days. Yep. So tune in. We'll have everything posted on there.
And I do have a prediction.
Okay.
Your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Oh, that changed.
I know, it changed.
Oh, that was my first time hearing that. Welcome to 2016. My prediction, I thought of this today when I was watching the Hope and Rafe storyline, is I think that to kind of solidify this Hope and Rafe storyline, I think that they will put her in jail for a while, and I think Rafe will take care of Sierra.
Oh, okay. They don't know.
Like to kind of bond them
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
To
Sounds
kind
like
of,
the safe house all over again.
That's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
but
just
that's
saying.
that's
Yeah.
what I think. That's one of my predictions. That was what I was sensing from watching today.
That's all I have. All right. So that has been another.
And thank you, Susie Morales Smidley, again
Yes.
for
Yes.
our lovely Olive Garden gift card.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you.
we're gonna go to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I already know what I
Are
want.
we going to go together?
Yeah, I think we should go together.
We should go together.
Yeah, we're gonna go
We're
together.
like, oh my God, those queens won't stop eating garlic bread.
I love the salad and the only great thing, trust me.
Oh, the soup.
Oh, the
yes,
soup.
yes.
Oh, don't even get me
Okay,
started.
we're going to do it, folks.
Yeah,
We'll-
we're gonna
and we'll
do that.
Instagram it and tweet it and all that stuff.
Maybe we'll
Yes.
Periscope.
Oh, maybe Periscope?
Yes,
That's
we
a good
should do
idea.
that.
Okay.
All right.
We got to
thanks.
find an Olive Garden that's got Wi-Fi.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another Dish and Days right here on AfterBuzz TV. Before we head out, Mark, where can they find you? Perfect. And James, no, just kidding. Mark, where can they find you?
Rude. You can find me in Beverly Hills Adjacent.
Oh, you know that. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted so you can't use this for your real.
That's okay. I'm sure I got one in there somewhere. On Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, and on Facebook / the Mark J Freeman.
You can follow me at James Lott Jr. No.
I fluster you, don't I?
You did. You can follow me at Black Hope LA. Hello, I'm the Great Black Hope LA on Twitter, James Lott Jr. on Facebook. And if you want to do me a favor, if you're my friend and you really like me, on Twitter, follow my radio show's Twitter page. It's called the SOS_show.
Yeah.
Well, I keep it simple. You guys can follow me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Yes, Mark?
I think if we get to 300 viewers, we should unlock another prize.
Oh, yes.
If we get to 300 viewers,
live viewers on a Sunday,
we will give away a prize live on the show.
There you go.
But we have to get to 300.
Tell everybody all week.
Yeah.
Get them on there.
And you know what? You know what it'll be? It'll be another script. Because we have a script. Another script. So if next week we have 300 live viewers, we will give someone in the chat room. Or whenever we get to 300.
I like your positive outlook on it. But
no, we can do it next week. If we get to 300 viewers live, we're giving away a live script right here on the show. Tune in next Sunday and every Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another full recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives. This has been Dishin' Days.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.